Hello. What's up, Zekin? What's up, Ren? How's it going? Ah, I'm home. I'm finally set up. I can stream. I was a couple minutes late, but it is what it is. 2 minutes isn't that bad. Ugh, I'm exhausted. I'm so glad I'm not gonna have to use my brain for today's stream. Well, I am gonna have to use my brain, but in a different way than usual. Today we're gonna be doing some 3D modeling. I don't think I've done this on stream. If you couldn't tell by looking at me, I like making things, making 3D models. I took classes to learn how to do it, amongst learning other things. But out of all the things I took classes to learn how to do, 3D modeling is probably one of the ones I do the least, at least in like spare time. Mostly because I don't have a good, what's a good way to put it? I'm obsessive, so once I start, I really want to finish it. And I don't have a good pipeline strategy. So I'm usually very inefficient and backtrack a lot because I don't like things that I do and I have to reset. Obviously, I'm alone. I don't have a team. I don't have people to make sure things are going well. So usually my projects end up unfinished. But I have finished a fair amount. Me currently is an example of one that I finished. But considering this model took me 3 weeks to make, and that was just the first iteration, and I've spent multiple weeks updating, fixing, changing. Like, if you go back and look at the way that this model was rigged and set up when I first started using it, it did not look nearly as smooth, and the face was super, like, right now I can make emotion. I wasn't able to make emotion before. That's because I screwed up a lot of the shape keys. But I've since then tried to patch them. I actually want to completely remake my outfit because this outfit is scrappy. I honestly I like it, but I could do better if I took time to do it. I just haven't sat down and done it. And then also I want to do more expression in the face animations. But it took me weeks to make this, so obviously I'm not going to be making Mudrock from scratch tonight. I'm actually going to use a program to make the base of Mudrock, and then I'm going to export it into Blender, which is the 3D modeling software I am familiar with, and from there I am going to make it Mudrock. I'm just going to get the basic 3D anime girl body shape and hair put together, and then make it into Mudrock. So that's going to be the pipelining for today. And then I'm trying to think of what exactly I want to do with it. I could either 3D print like a bust and have that on my shelf among my various other things I have, from Gundam to anime figurines to game figurines. Or what I was originally thinking of doing is I want to turn her into a dice tower. So we'll see. We'll see what I feel like doing, because I could make her, and then I could cut the bust, and then I could add texture into the actual mesh to make it look like it's made of stone and have like little cracks and stuff in it. That could be kind of cool. Either way, for now we're going to focus on making Mudrock, because it's her birthday! September 21st. How's your guys' day going? I'm already motor mouthing and I just got here. I gotta turn my fan off. It's getting hot in my room. Peace. Okay, there we go. Well, I T-posed for a moment there. God, now my head's all crooked. Give me a second. That's the worst part about this program I use. The head gets the littlest bit crooked and it's just doomed. There we go. There we go. Cool. Okay. So, let's open up. What we're going to use to make the base of Mudrock, we're going to use Vroid Studio. This is a program that is, I believe it's made by Pixiv. And I know a lot of VTubers out there use this. I almost used this program. I almost gave up on making my own model. But the reason I didn't use this program is, as amazing as the bodies are, the clothing options are horrible. And I figured if I'm going to have to make the entire outfit, and I'm going to have to make all the accessories, and I'm going to have to make everything proper, and I'm going to have to make my own shape keys, I might as well do it all myself. But since the mud rock we are making is going to be a solid 3D print, there is no reason for me to make everything from scratch like that, because I'm not going to be animating her. So, we are going to use this program. I need to get a picture of Mudrock. I want a direct picture of her. Because if I really wanted to... Ooh, I have an idea, but that might be difficult. We'll get to that later. Here's a picture. How high quality is this? How much can I zoom in? Ah, it's not too good. I need a better picture. I need a good, clear picture of her face. I don't need fan art. I guess fan art works. Trying to find something that I can use. I'm finding the original Splash, like the original character art, but for some reason, like, it's a fairly low quality picture. Can I get a higher quality version? That's not much better. How about this? Can I zoom in with this? That... still not high enough quality. Come on. Give me something to work with here. Computer. Find me a picture that's high quality. No. I'm not finding anything. The image they have on the wiki is like 1000 by 1000 pixels, which isn't that high. And since she's so small on her E2 art, it really isn't a good reference. Maybe I'll... Can I find art of one of her skins, maybe? This is just gonna have to do, I guess. I can't get any better pictures than this. Alright, let's crop this. Saved. Alright, now I can open this on the side. And I'll probably put it on the stream as well. Let me load it up so you guys see what reference picture I'm using. Image. Image. Browse. Desktop. Don't want her taking up too much of the screen, but still gotta be seeable. Okay. So I have the picture open, and it's much bigger on my screen than it is on your guys's. But let's... Whoa, why is it all grainy? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Oh no, none of my Blender keybinds are gonna work. Okay. So she has pointy ears. That's something I'm gonna have to... The pointy ears, the earrings... I don't know if she has the earrings in her normal Splash, but the horn, the Originite growths... At least they look like Originite growths. The hair clip, I'm gonna have to do all of that stuff manually in Blender. So for now, let's focus on the head. Let's focus on the eyes. She kind of has droopy eyes. Let's see, outer eyelid. Not like that, I guess down just a little bit. Kind of like that. Can I go a little bit more extreme? I don't want to go too extreme. Let's also... Oh, my music stopped. Ran out of that playlist. Let's just click this. Alright. And a lot of this stuff... Oh, what happened to my picture? There's nothing to show. What do you mean there's nothing to show? There we go, it's back. Now, if I go... I'm not too well versed with this program. Texture, here we go. Irises. We can actually draw new irises. So her eyes are red. Can I get a better look at her eyes? Okay, there we go. That's a half decent picture of her eyes. Okay, so her eyes, dark red. Can I? I gotta save this. I gotta use paint to get the correct color. Now, boom. Now what color? What's the hex code? Doesn't show the hex code. Damn. As guides, we want to make our own layer. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. So now, if I draw on this, it'll cover it over here. I only gotta make one eye right, because then I can just mirror the actual thing itself. So, let's get started. Let's get as close as we can to this. It's about there on the wheel, but it's like really saturated. It'll be deeper. Kind of along that line. Can I zoom in? I can. Hard to find a good quality image that's like zoomed in far enough to the eye to make sure I get it right. But it's not impossible. With patience, I'll figure it out. So, start by just filling in all the way along the edge. This is going to get cut with a darker overtone. I hate that I can't scroll sideways. Oh, I should turn on mirror, actually. I'm going to do this. Perfect. So. I actually do have a drawing tablet, but I don't know where it is right now, so I gotta go by mouse. It's gonna take a little bit of getting used to. It's gonna be very slow, but I can do it. Tried using Vroid once just for fun making models. It's time consuming. It really is. Takes a long time. I need a general idea of where the iris is still. Okay. I can fill this in. We'll do some highlights. Just not yet. And honestly, that can be done once I have it to Blender. Alright, and then I need a much darker version. Darker shade, probably as red as I can get it. Whoops. Okay, so what I want to do is I actually want to take, I'll just mark this the color that it's going to be, and I'll go black. What I'll actually do is put the line there. I gotta just erase off the butt end of this. Good. And then I can return to this color. No, that's it. Alright, there we go. But yeah, this is a learning experience for me as well, because I'm not very well versed in Vroid Studio. What I'm gonna have to do is just go over it, then go back through it and erase after. I'm just going to do flat colors for right now. I'm not too worried about it yet. And then go back to white, smooth out this in-between part a little bit. I like drawing my pupils elongated. Just how I do it. Why is this side darker than the other? Is that under guides? Whoa, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that either. It is under guides. I'll just have to ignore it because guides will eventually disappear. I'll leave it there for now. Okay. Back to dark. Now. Oops, gotta get on the right layer. This is what I'm talking about when I say I'm not efficient. I waste a lot of time. Very slow, tedious work. I'm just gonna get the outside edge gone. I can zoom in and clean it up a little bit more. Okay, and then what I need to do is go to the layer underneath and then darken this part that's shining through. You want it to look a little scribbly. You don't want it to be too perfectly defined. Now there's the outline. We'll need to shrink that, but that's something we can do in Blender. Plus, this part isn't even actually going to end up on the 3D model anyways. I'm gonna have to paint it, but I still want it to be there just so I have it as a reference. Let's get rid of... Where's the little eye highlights? There we go. I see that. Delete. 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 It's still there. Unless that's not. Toggle visibility. There's like these highlights on the eyes. Don't know how to get rid of that. Either way, let's go back into the eyes. Let's make the pupils bigger. Something I definitely notice. The pupils are a little bit on the small side. Might be a little too long. Yeah, that is. I gotta revolve it around the center dot. That's why we still have the guide. That works for now? That works for now. Okay. Kinda got the eyes going now. The eyelashes and the eye line. Let's darken it. Right? And the eyebrows too. But Mudrock has very thin, clean eyebrows. So I might go in and edit this a little bit. What I'll probably do is just get rid of this. Can I change the size? Oh, I can. Here we go. Thickness. That would have made doing the other stuff much easier. There we go. I can also, I believe I can change the positioning of that. So I'm going to want to lower those eyebrows. But so far it's kind of coming together. I got to change the head shape. So I think that's all the texture editing I'm going to do for right now. I want to redo the texture for the entire skin and everything. I like Vroid's texturing, but this artificially drawn on glare usually doesn't translate over too well into 3D software. But who knows? We'll see. Either way. Can I make the eyes smaller? I guess. Let's go back into Face Editor, Design, Eyes. That's not what I meant. Not what I wanted to do. Oh, actually. Let's edit that. So if I take this picture, put it side by side. Her eyes are a little wider. And a little bit closer together. There. Where are they on her head, specifically? They're a little higher on her head. They're like above the center of her ears. So, eye position upward. There we go. Right there. Maybe down just a tiny... Oop, wrong thing. Tiny bit down. Okay. Alright. We continue. We will continue. Oh, there's one thing I want to do with the eyes. Irises layer. I forgot. I have to put the black back into the center. Because her eyes, if you look at it, she does have like a white outline around the edge of her eyes. Around the edge of her pupil. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. And they're smaller than this. I need to shrink the whole thing. Back to the design. Eyes. Iris. Width. Gotta make it smaller. Shorter. Not quite that far. But she does have very round irises and pupils. Make it outwards just a little tiny bit. Not enough that it's weird, but enough that it looks like she's spaced out. Mudrock always has this kind of spaced out, innocent look in her eyes, like on her face and all of her art. So, that's why I'm doing that. What else can I change? Her eyelashes don't go that far out. And I think the edges of her eyes are actually up just a tiny, tiny bit. The inside is a little bit lower. This is a little bit lower. That's probably fine where it is. Go up just the tiniest bit like that. There. There we go. Okay, now what did I forget to change with the eyebrows? I forgot to change the color. She just has dark and very thin eyebrows. I might actually make them a little thinner. Go. Let's darken that. Not quite pitch black, but pretty goddamn close to it. And then the shade color, I do want to be black. There we go. And her hair's platinum, like a very platinum, really, really, really bright ash blonde. Her hair isn't quite perfectly white. It still is ever so tinily shaded. Just barely, to the point that you almost can't even notice it. But as someone who has been messing with this stuff a lot, I do notice it. Alright, well that's the eyebrows, so that's good. That's taken care of. I'm probably going to rebuild the ears in Blender with this as a base. Because she has the pointed, droopy, almost elf ears. And that's because she's Sarkaz. She's actually, I believe in lore, she's half gargoyle. That's why she has affinity for stone. Alright, well now I need to do her hair. Her head shape first. Let's do her head shape. She has a very small mouth. A very, very small mouth. So let's make her mouth smaller. The lips just look as big as they do because of the shading. It's got that fading shade. I think that's good as is. The nose is also a little bit smaller. A little bit more upturned. Can't really shrink it any more than that. That's gonna be something I have to change in Blender. Alright. So we've got a little bit of a basis for face going on here. These contours. I look at my reference. She's got a very soft face. Very soft. Another thing I could do to the eyes. We go to the textures here, something I notice. Irises. Let's make another layer. Let's go white. Let's turn off mirror. Shrink the thickness. Just. Oh, I have it on. Like that. I can make it a little bigger. That's really small. There we go. There we go. Cool. She's coming along. Slowly but surely. Now, she has a very soft face. Her chin is a little tiny bit on the rounder side. But it also goes a little out. Can I change her chin? I want it to stick out a little bit more because hers does. Looks like I can't. What about this? A face line position. It's a little bit more set, but also a little bit higher. Like that. She doesn't have a long chin. She does have a little tiny beady nose. But I've already tried changing that. It's not letting me, so it'll just have to be what it is. Cool. Now, I gotta mess with anything else here. Ears, I can't really, unless... Whoa, I can, okay. I think I'd rather just do it myself. This doesn't quite go to the parameters that I was hoping. I'm not too worried about it. I'll make it a little bit pointy just so I remember to do it. Start the shape a little bit. Alright. Got the pointy ears, the earrings. She has the neck guard, but that's going to be something separate that I have to do in Blender. Pretty much all the clothing I'm going to have to do in Blender. The truth is, I can just kind of turn off clothes. Base model, there we go. Alright. So. YouTube, I swear, they don't have private parts, don't ban me. It's actually, now I'm a little bit worried about that. Let's put clothes on her, there we go. Don't want to get banned. Don't want to get banned for 3D modeling. Be dangerous. Trying to figure this out. Here, give me a half a second. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm back. Let's see how bad my orientation is on VC face. Oh, actually it's fine. Look, I'm not even all twisted and creepy and weird and a mongoloid. Anyways, what were we doing? That's right. We messed with the face shape a little bit. There's a couple more adjustments. I want to make the nose smaller and up a tiny bit more. The mouth is at a pretty good spot. I honestly think I can make the mouth a tiny, 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 tiny bit smaller. There's a very little mouth. Okay. Let's see what expressions look like. Very over-exaggerated, but still cute. The eyelashes are kind of clipping weird. Yeah, the eyelashes. What do I mean, not the eyelashes? Doesn't matter that it's clipping weird, though. This isn't going to be a model that's used for anything. I think the mouth size is about right, though. Ooh, it's just non-existent. Okay. I think we can move on to hair. I like the way that they do hair in this. A cheeky face, yeah. Where is it? She knows you're gonna use her. She knows she's gonna be used in the IS. She knows she's in my starting squad. I think that's actually looking pretty good. Honestly, I'm gonna make the eyes the tiniest, 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 tiniest bit thinner. Like that. There we go. And then the iris is just a tiny, teeny, tiny bit bigger. There we go. There we go. Okay. And we can make this also a tiny bit smaller. Since we made it bigger, we don't want the eyes to be looking too far apart. Alright. Presets. Do they have presets? Add procedural group. Interesting. About that. Is cool. Let's mess with the hair a little bit. So the color is almost white. I need to get like a tannish. Right there, just barely on the edge. That's a little bit too blonde, actually. Right there, that's good. Alright, let's copy this. What is highlight? Oh, do they have the option to have like a highlight? Hair highlights? Outline. There is no outline on it, so that really doesn't matter. I think that looks about right hair-wise. Maybe a little bit more pink. A little bit more red. Like that. Yeah, I think that's about right. No! Ugh, I lost it. Can't undo that. Okay. There we go. It's like got this weird shading to it, but that shading won't transfer over to Blender. Now her hairstyle. She has short bangs, but bangs. And then once it gets past the edges of her eyes, it just gets long, and then it cuts off at about her shoulder blades. And it cuts off flat. I have done almost nothing with hair on this, so this will be a learning experience right here. Don't care about the bone. And it also parts right about here. So it starts here and then it goes aside. It comes down here into a tuft that culminates right here. And then starting right here, it goes out. So I think I can do the procedural groups, but can I rotate it? Can I rotate it? What the? Why is it not letting me do anything to it? I have no idea how hair works in this. We learned together. Hair and Vroid can get pretty crazy, so I've seen. I want it to be like it, but if I intend to 3D print this, I can't have too much extra shit. Because too much extra shit can clump really weird when you're 3D printing a model. I don't care too much about these. Can I delete these? Pressing the delete button doesn't hotkey delete them. I just want this frame. And then from here I can try to... Okay. So that's how this works. Alright. Let's mess with the width and such. Get it just right to where we want it. So, it comes down to about 3 ends here. That is way too wide. Sorry. Breathed wrong there. Okay. Let's change the width, make it pretty thin. That didn't make it thin at all. The texture parameters. I don't care about the texture parameters. I want the actual hair to be thin. Hair parameters. That's better. Where should I start it though? It looks like her hair all kind of comes together right about here. I'm just gonna put a little cross here to show where the center is. The thickness can also go down a decent ways, either way. It's gotta go a little farther than that. Not quite. It's gotta go all the way down to like here. That's pretty far. Better. Let's make this a little bit wider. Wait, what was the original width? No, I didn't want to undo that. Son of a bitch. Okay, redo it. So let's just say it's 0.28. I'm gonna save this. This will be individual strand width. Looks really hard. It's complicated. let's get this back. Oh, cool. That's nice to have. I wish that smoothed out a little bit better. Maybe I can get it to smooth out a little bit better. Pulling it down like that. Okay. And then I need a much wider strand now. Let's go up to like 42. Don't want to mess with that yet. That'll be used in the back of the hair, as far as I know. Alright. Let's rotate this to keep our lines relatively straight. Now this isn't going far enough over. This has to go like over the eye. This has to go with it. It comes way too narrow. Can I change that? Don't care about offset. There we go. Yes, I can change that. Still want the end there. Kind of coming together. I need a much thicker. This piece needs to go a lot farther to the right. Like a lot farther. Kind of has to be separate from the rest. But not quite separate to a point where you can see the gap between. So let's just make sure it's still kind of touching. Okay. That's kind of that frontal piece. The next piece kind of comes down and across right about there. It just splits and goes behind where the next part goes. Where the hair starts to come down like this. That needs to go much farther to the right. Like along this axis. Axis? I think axis is the right terminology. I don't know why I corrected myself. And this hair can be cleaned up post in Blender. I just need to have a rough hair shape. That's still not far enough. Gotta go farther to the right, right? Her ears are a little bit farther forward on her head. I wish I could edit that here. Because it all goes down to about here. So I can actually make this piece longer. don't wanna... I gotta make sure I keep shifting positions so that that doesn't happen. And I need to make this thicker. I think I also need to change the shape of this. Hair mesh. The sides need to be in more. A little better. Now let's just very quickly fill in the space. Whoops. Nope. I don't think that's coming along the way I want it to. Let's get the rest of the hair put together and then do the bangs. Because I think doing the bangs first without the rest of the hair as reference is going to be a little on the difficult side. Okay, well, all the way back to behind her ears, so up to here. Oh. Anything beyond this I'm going to have to do in a new freehand group. Because this is going to be a little bit different. Because it's going to go all the way down to here. It flares out a little bit, but it ends just at the bottom of the shoulder blades. Like right there. Let's see how this looks. Let's take a piece of thick hair. Just bring it all the way down to the back. I gotta angle it just a little bit because the line has to be straight, otherwise the hair will split off weird like that. It's hard to get the hair straight on this, just saying. And this can be also, as with everything else, stylized in post. Let's mess with the dimensions here, because the back hair fans out. And this is not fanning. Yeah, that's a little better. That's a little bit better. And that's majority of what's gonna be behind the ears. I think there will be like one, oops. I think there will be like one more thick strand that comes down behind the ears, but since I'm gonna be putting the ears forward a little bit and having them stick out because they're almost elf-like. That's the way we'll do that. Okay, well now that... Still kind of hard to judge. Without the ears and the horns, it's hard to tell it's Mudrock. I mean, what I could do... Let's try something weird and unorthodox. Add a freehand group. We like weird and unorthodox. Let's see how this works. See what I'm getting at? So her horns come to about here, and then they go straight up. Let's start back here. Let's go to about here and go straight up. Let's go a little thicker. That's what every guy ever said. What if I pull this forward a little bit? This forward a little bit? It's a little better. How about instead of redoing it, let's just draw it the way that we want it, like that. And can I change the color of that specific hairpiece? I don't know how to do that. Oh, here we go. No. Kind of. Okay, that kind of works. Here, let's move this over more. This over more. This over more. This over more. Not perfect, but it provides a reference. A reference we can use to do more. Because her horns actually go a lot higher than that. Either way, that works for now. I could actually go another step farther. She has like these little spikes. Now if we take all of these hairs, run them dark, kind of fits with the horns, because their horns do have these little spiky bits on them. That's going a lot better. Hello you, how's it going? slowly coming along. This hair needs to be removed. This hair needs to be removed. This hair needs to be removed. That one can stay for now. Ooh, nice progress. It's coming along. Putting in hair strands to look like the horns definitely is making it feel a little more complete. It's the bangs that are going to be the hardest. Go. It flows outwards a little bit. Wish you caught the start of the stream. Was out at dinner with friends. That's alright. You didn't miss much. I'm slowly learning this. I would love to make Mud Rocket entirely by scratch, but I, despite having learned how to use 3D modeling programs like Blender, I am not a speed modeler. I take a really fucking long time. So I'm going to use Vroid to make the default, and then I'm going to import it or transport it into Blender, and then in Blender I'll make the actual horns and the actual hair clips that look like Arknight and the actual ears. For now, I'm just trying to get a rough idea of the way that I want her to look. I had that little cross section there, but I'm not too worried about it. Also, there are little bits about the face that I'm going to change in Blender as well. Because Vroid so far is pretty nice, but there's a lot of tools it's missing. Alright. The model functions escape your brain hole. And I'm not that good at anatomy. I'm not that good at human anatomy, I should say. So I struggle with that. That strand is just sitting there for some reason. Let's get another strand coming down here. It's just kind of a... So where's the spot that I need to reference here? I think I need to make another freehand group. Because for the rest of her hair, it goes down just above the shoulders, which is where this goes. So I can go all the way down to the edge. But this, it's really weirdly shaped. I don't know why it's shaped like that. I need this part to be more straight than the other parts. Am I missing? I must be. There we go, just like that. Now let's straighten it up and then turn on mirror. Too close. Still too close. There we go. That's just right. Let's move this down a notch. This forward a notch. Cool. Because she has pretty clumpy hair from here. That's looking a lot better, actually. occasional splits in it. That's looking much better. Alright, let's bend some stuff now. This has to connect. Obviously. The individual strands can be moved to some degree. Also, I need to mess with the black hair ends. What if I go to the texture? Oh, that didn't do anything. What about highlight? Oh, that didn't do anything. It's... I check freehand group fork. That's what this is. I check this. Can I change that? Offset isn't going to do anything. Highlight position. Hmm. Let's scoot most of this hair strand over, and then let's go down into here, and then let's widen the center a little bit so that it connects it all. And then from here I can do one more strand. Let's make it go to nope. I want it to be set to fluffy. I have to restart my music. And non-mirrored. You can then bend this one over just a little bit. And then we can thicken this one so it connects them all. There we go. Goodness, it wasn't letting me drag anything. I can clean the edges a little bit. It's gonna look a little messy, but I can clean it in Blender. It'll be a lot easier to clean it in Blender than it is to clean it in here. And then she has the hair clip like right here. That'll be easy to add in. Once her ears are pointy and stick out, that'll also be nice. Let's see, what if we make the ears pointy and stick out? Right now it's at 0.6. Yeah, I see it. I see it coming together. I'm also going to have to thicken up the hair underneath for when I 3D print it, but that's not a problem. Also, she'll look more like herself when she's wearing her outfit, because right now she's wearing a dress. Cool, 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 cool. I don't like that the mouth doesn't close all the way. That's kind of bothering me. I'll be able to fix that later. what about if I go to hair texture and I check the texture? I want to get rid of the dark areas. I want to get rid of these spots. Can I export this? I can. Export hair layer. I'm gonna open up Photoshop. You guys won't see it. But I'm going to take it and I'm going to get rid of the dark parts. And once the dark parts are removed, the hair will all come together in the same color. And that should hopefully help everything kind of come together better. Let's go to desktop. Where is hair? Hair layer. There we go. Copy. You can kind of see the cuts, but let's see if a quick little blurring doesn't fix that. Blur, average. Filter, blur. It kind of worked. It still looks a little clumpy. Let's see how this looks. Export. Hair layer 2. Back into here. Let's add a layer. Import. Hair layer 2. It's a little clumpy, but it works. I knew it was going to be a little clumpy, so I don't mind. Hair has a few empty spots. Let's see if we can fix that. They'll all be kind of homogenized in Blender as well once I get my hands on that. And I'm gonna be warping the hair in Blender to make it look like there's a little bit of wind so it doesn't look so static and flat. I just want everything to overlap for the most part. And so far it kind of does. It's coming along nicely. I'm going to hold this in just a little bit. I'm going to do the same for this. Let's shorten this just the tiniest bit. Maybe you should lengthen it, actually. That's roughly her hairstyle, right? That's pretty dang close. Any other small imperfections I can add post. And it also kind of double layers, so she does have a shorter Bit of hair here. Let's add that in. I duplicated this because what I want to do, I want to make it three-dimensional, so I need a different frame, I'm guessing. So I can make it go out a little bit, out a little bit, out a little bit, out a little bit. Make it out wider. That's a little better. Do you plan on posing her or just print her on T-Pose? I will pose her, but probably in Blender. So, I'm not entirely sure still what I want to do with this model. I'm either going to, I could make a full-on, like, figurine-style print of the whole body, but I feel like that'd be a bit much. I might just do either a bust, or like I said, I kind of want to turn her into a dice tower, but I'm not 100% sure how I do that yet. It'll take some thought and planning and ingenuity to figure out there, unless you guys have any ideas. I was thinking of doing something with her hammer, which I'm also going to be making. Or maybe even a Colossus. One of the mud golems. She's coming along, though. Actually, much better than I thought it'd be for my first time actually sitting down and genuinely trying to use this program. I've never been an avid user of Vroid Studio, ever. I messed with it before. I made, like, 02, like, 4 years ago. Or I guess that was only, like, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. And that's all I've ever done. And I didn't even, like, make her. I just made her hairstyle and gave her her eye shape. Cool. I think the reason the hair and the horns and the eyes look out of place is because of the skin. Let's go to the body. Texture. Whole body texture. Uh-oh. Okay, everything started lagging there. I need to save this. Losing my progress now would be horrible. Alright. Let's save a copy of this. Their skin. Now I'm going to open that up in Photoshop and get rid of the highlights. Just need her two biggest assets and suit. Yep. I'm going to be changing the body values in a second. Which is why I'm hopping into Photoshop. And I'm going to do two things in Photoshop. I'm going to make censor bars so that YouTube doesn't think she's naked. And get rid of the highlights. There's nothing wrong with the highlights on her skin. It's just her hair and horns and eyes don't have those highlights. So having those highlights on her kind of ends up looking weird. So let's copy paste. Let's take a new layer. Opacity, lower it. But I still want some highlights, just not too much. Alright, and then I'll copy, paste one more time, put that on top. Let's take all of that, tolerance, let's turn that up to 40. I'm sorry you guys can't see this part, but just trust me, this is really boring Photoshop business. You know what? Okay, I'll change the screen to Photoshop so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I have the texture map open right here. I put sensor bars over where her boobies are. Obviously, because I don't want her boobies to flag YouTube and YouTube to be like, what do you have, naked lady? You have naked lady! No, she's not naked. See, her boobies are censored. I also gotta make sure she's wearing underwear. I think a much easier way to make sure she's wearing underwear would be to just draw some on. Oops. Let's cut it a little bit so I don't get any weird clipping. Looks like there's the tiniest bit still. Right around here. I have clear conscience and good intentions, YouTube. Please, YouTube, please. You don't understand. I mean no harm. I'm celebrating. And not in that way. When have I ever done you wrong, YouTube? I'm gonna do everything I can to not get in trouble. Okay. So, get rid of all this. Export that as a base skin texture. Layer skin 2. And then the sensor bar. Sensor. I gotta do the same thing with the face texture, so give me a second. Because I believe the face texture is separate from the body texture, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Skin. There we go. File, export, layer, face. Now let's click and drag that here into this. Oh, it's a completely different size. Okay. Delete that. Get rid of these. Opacity 59%. Gotta keep that in mind. It has to match the actual skin tone, otherwise it's going to look weird. File. Export. Filter. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of random shit on my desktop. File. Open. Where's the face skin? Your face. Now we drag filter layer on top. Set it to 59%. There we go. I want to get rid of the slip stuff that's going on here. Bothers me. Once I do that, I should be able to smudge it, right? Yes, I can. Photoshop moment, boys! We Photoshop those. Let's do the same thing with this part. Alright, let's smudge it. Way too big. I think I'm smudging too hard. Let's unsmudge it. And let's lower the smudge strength by a shitload. I just want it to homogenize nicely. There we go. That's better. Okay. Now we have a new face texture. Filter on. Export as filter face 2. There we go. Right. Now I don't want to save these. Now we switch back from Photoshop to VRUD. And then we add a layer. Oops, nope, not that. We add a layer here. We import. It's gonna look a little weird. That's okay. It's supposed to look shadeless. The shading is being generated, and I don't want the shading right now. Texture for the body. Hello? Uh-oh. Okay, I thought it was gonna crash for a second. I was like, import. Skin. And then import. Where's the sensor bars? Alright. She might look a little weird. Let's see what happens. Clothing. Face model. The sensor bars didn't show up. I wonder why. Let's find out why. Why aren't the sensor bars showing up? Oh, it like reverted. Why did it revert? It's kind of acting up weird. Add another layer with the sensor. Now by all... There we go. It's not too much better, but hey, she's covered now. Now YouTube can't get mad at me. You can't get mad at me, YouTube! She's not naked! She never was naked! She doesn't have private parts! She's a 3D model! Leave me alone! Alright, so now we should be able to edit the body. She's a tall lady. So let's start with whole body. She is tall. She's a very tall woman. Her head is about that size. Now looking at the picture that I have here, her shoulders are a little broader. Her arms aren't quite this dainty. And a little bit longer. Her hands are pretty dainty. They could just... Nah, they're good where they are. Her boobies are bigger! Oh god, does it have jiggle physics? God, it does. It does have jiggle physics. Her boobies are bigger. Her waist is pretty... her waist is a little bigger than that. Her legs are definitely one of the longer parts of her. You just can't really see it because of the big suit that she wears. Can I make, like... I guess I can make edits in Blender. What is the proper size? This is the cultured part. Down a little bit. They're not any bigger than that. And now I can put clothes on her again, now that I have her body shape. Does this place have better clothes than just dress and shirt? Not really. It's just uniform, dress, uniform. Okay, here's some stuff. Hoodie, t-shirt, mini t-shirt. That kind of works. Pants. I hate the clothing options in this app. This app's clothing options really aren't that good. That's a big coat. Normal collar. High neck. Alright, this works for now. This works for now. Alright, the eyelashes are kind of bothering me. Also, what am I seeing? It's the reason her mouth looks weird is because it's not all the way closed. You see what I'm talking about? You can see her teeth, and you can see the inside of her mouth. That's bothering me. Let's mess with her eyes. Where, is fine as is. She doesn't have, like, darker sclera, does she? No, not really. I wouldn't say so. The eyelashes are a little bit much. It's on the inside that they're a little bit much. So let's lower this down a decent bit. Thickness on this pencil to spot that we're happy with. It's really, really small. And let's kind of just bring these now flattened parts a little bit more spiky, like the way eyelashes are. Ah, that looks really messy. It's because it's such a fine thing. Like, see? It's so small and fine that it's becoming pixelated. What if I lower the thickness down to 8? Just half that size, alright? Where's my mouse? There it is. Huh, it was stuck at the bottom. Why wasn't it moving? Even that's bothering me. Maybe I just need to get rid of this innermost piece. Eyelash. It's just too poofy and spiky. There, that actually looks better. And then let's go into here. And we'll get rid of this upper part. There we go. There we go. It's slowly coming along. Why does the face look... I think it's just the angle. Why does the face look so much brighter? Did the textures reset and the neck get darker again? It did. Why does the... Oh, every time I change the outfit, the skin's texture resets? That's annoying. Put it back. There we go. I'm tired of the neck looking different shade than the face. Much better. That was genuinely bothering me. Alright. So we now have a roughly made MUDBONK. Cool. I wanted to get rid of this little highlight on the eyes. So let's go to eye highlights. What in the... Oh. Toggle visibility. Let's add a layer. And let's get rid of this. There we go. Now that dumb highlight's gone. And the one we made is the only one there. We could probably clean up the eye texture. But we'll do that in Photoshop as well. There's no point in doing that here and now. On Vroid. If I remember correctly, there's like a way to see what the model looks like when it moves, right? Let's mess with the shading. Why is that so strict like that? Let's just turn it all the way down. No shading. Don't care about shading. Rim light. I don't care about rim light. This is meant to be flat. Enough with the rim light. There we go. Eye alignment. Now it's looking at the camera, right? That looks actually pretty good. I think the front hair is a little bit too close together. Let's mess with that. There we go, better. The hair also looks a little bit flat because there's all this empty space behind. I'll fix that when I thicken the hair. What I'm gonna do in Blender is I'm gonna merge the mesh of the hair into 5 distinct meshes. One will be the front, one will be the sides, one will be the front sides, one will be the back, and then one will get deleted because it'll be the horns. And once I have it all combined, I can then smooth it out into one solid mesh and then run a texture over the whole thing instead of having it be a whole bunch of individual strands with individual textures. That'll get rid of this repetitive look that you see going on with the lines. Just noticed something. Would have bothered me if I would have left it. Oh no, not like this. Let's get it as close to covering both sides as possible. Alright, and then let's make it thick. There we go, a little cleaner. Just coming along. The lack of any highlights on the hair is making it look kind of poopy though, but that'll get fixed. Also, I don't like how scrunched up this is, but what I'm probably going to do is reassemble the edges of all of this hair in Blender as well. Ugh, I drank a whole lot of soda and now I gotta use the bathroom. I just muted myself mid-sentence. I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be really fast. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so let's see. Now, just to get an idea of what it's going to look like at the end, let's get her to face us. Actually, if I go to camera, can't I, like, pose her? She's blinking. Turn that off. Ah! Let's see. Let's get her looking at the camera like that. Get the mouth actually closed. Thank you. Looks much better with the mouth actually closed. And then take off the shirt. Go back to camera exporter. Let's take this picture. May I request a cheeky mudrock expression? That could actually be pretty funny. I think if I go to face editor, I can... Very cheeky. The mouth looks kind of weird since it doesn't have a line like the rest of the face does. That'll get fixed later. Plus, I'm gonna have to, once I do get it 3D printed, paint all of these lines on. None of them are going to... That's why I'm not really messing with it. I'm not too concerned about it. It doesn't matter what the texture on the hair looks like, as long as I get it into one solid, smooth, properly sculpted mesh for the eventual 3D printing. So, this isn't going to be used for anything else. Not just the eyes. I want cheeky MUDBONK. I think that's actually like the perfect expression for her. Like, that's just Mudrock's expression. Alright, capture it. Save that to desktop. MUDBONK. Now let's pop back over to Photoshop. We're gonna draw on the little accessories, and then from there, look at it and go, okay, I want to move the hair like this, I want to move the jaw like this, etc. Let's switch from this to Photoshop. Boom. Perfect. I actually think... Can I edit this and flip it? So that it's... Transform... Flip. There we go. Now it's facing the correct direction. First of all, the hair is obviously going to be spiky. Not hair, the horns are obviously going to be spiky. Then she has these almost look like Arknight clusters here. Yeah, already, look at that. Just that little bit that I just added on is adding on to it. Let's take this. Oops. Let's cut it. Oops, not like that. Cut this. Make it a little bigger. Perfect. And then the ears will actually be droopy. Like that. As well as in a completely different spot. It's gonna be, oops, farther. Up in the head. Top of that, she also is going to have her ears going a little bit farther forward. Kind of like that. And then she's gonna have little dark I think that's actually how far in. I want it to go. actually got to be more droopy than that. Like, as in this. Even more so, but that's gonna be hard to... it won't be that hard. There's the hair with the clip, the ears a little bit more properly sculpted to shape. I think I need to make the inner part of the eye right here rise a little bit. And the iris is to be a little thinner. Other than that, almost everything is about right. Also, this hair needs to go a little bit farther to the left, in general. But that's something I can change in Blender. The hair is about perfect though. And then she's got this big black choker. Here, let me save this image. See what I mean? If you look at it side by side like this, face shape is pretty good. If I could make the cheeks a little poofier and the chin stick out just the tiniest bit, it'd be better. But I can do that in post. The nose is smaller and up a little bit higher. This hair part's a little thicker at the root. So it's supposed to come to about here, but it ends at about the right spot. The hair clip will be fine. The horn won't come in front of this, so I'm not too worried about that right now. The ears are going to be a little droopier and smaller and more far forward. The hair's pretty alright, it just lacks depth because it lacks texture. And then I wanted to do this big blocky choker. It has like little blue lines. That's an eraser. There we go, that looks good. As far for the shirt, it's just 2 straps over the shoulders. connect right about here. They come down to fight the booby. Oh, this comes down and rides along the edge of the booby. She also has cloth wraps underneath her tunic. So I'll draw those on quick. Really small lines, just like there. And then side by side. And then she has originum growths along her arm, starting at about here. So let's draw some of those. And then cuts to this grayish sleeve. I'd say that's pretty damn good. Now that I've drawn on like the accessories, it looks pretty damn close to MUDBONK. If I were to shift the perspective just a little bit and alter the shape of some of her face, I think it'd work out. Then obviously I'm gonna have to fix the ears, etc. Let's also draw the little bits of silver wrapping that are on the horn. actually draw a hair going over this. So that's the way it's gonna look with the 3D model. Whoops, I accidentally full screened that. There we go. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, it's gonna look pretty good once it's finished. I'm pretty proud of that. I'm actually fairly proud of that. Okay, the right arm doesn't have wrapping. Just noticed that. Maybe her shoulders are a little more dainty than I thought they were. Let's see, so let's actually write down everything that I noticed from this, and then we'll go into Vroid and fix it. So, first, the shoulders, and then the eyes. Can't really mess with the ears. Hair. Heart. What else? Not much else to change. I'm surprised at how, for a few hours of work, it looks amazing. I know, I'm surprised at how well this came along. Maybe Vroid Studio isn't as hard to run with as I thought it is. But then again, this is just the body part. I still have to do the clothes. I still have to do the horns and the clip and the ears and actually finish the hair. So there's still a lot of work involved. But it's coming along. All right. Give me a second. My Vroid is lagging again. I'm going to actually save it real quick. Thank you, computer, for letting me save. I appreciate it. Please, let me get back to it. All right. I think it's also because I have Photoshop open. I'm going to save this. File save as. Boom. All right. Close out of Photoshop. Let's get back to Vroid Studio. Okay. Let's go face editor. So, my list of things that have changed are including but not limited to dainty shoulders. The shoulders that I thought Mudrock's shoulders were a little more broad, but I guess they are more dainty than I remember. So let's actually let that shrink. Not too far, but just enough. That's done. I need to shape the eyes a little bit more. Right now, I thought I had it pretty droopy, but I guess it's not nearly as droopy as I thought I had it. So let's make it a little wider again. I need to get the inside higher. Inner eye slant. Actually make this go up a little bit. And then Make the outer eye slant down a little bit. Better. That actually looks a lot better. Cool. Cool. Alright. What's next on the list? The hair part. Okay. Let's mess with the hair. I think that's a little better. I think that's definitely a little bit better. Just that small change in the eyes, and now it looks a lot more like Mudrock. This is why it's very important to, while you're still in the early stages of either character design or 3D modeling, you want to take a screenshot and compare like that. Just having the accessories on a picture will let you see just how much you can change to make it better. I think that's pretty dang close now. I'm gonna thicken the hair a little bit. The front strands anyways. I like that. This is a little bit too curved for my liking, though. I'll thicken it so I can spread it out a little bit. There, dang. That looks a lot better. And also, I need to make her boobies bigger. Because I slightly underestimated her boobie size. I always forget just how big her boobies actually are. That's probably more in line. I don't like the way that the boobs curve, but I can edit that in Blender. This is gonna be 3D printed, so I want it to be as like any weird warps like that, I need to make sure I fix before I 3D print this thing. But there we go. It's looking a lot like her. Do they have thicker, like, pants? No. 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 No, they don't. Not really. I wish they had, like, a really big, thick, like, pair of, like, pants. Because that's... Can I, like, edit these to make it really big and thick? Because that's what her pants are. There we go. Let's mess with her shoes. What the? How does that work? Oh, I'm messing with their foot shape. None. Flat. With the big thick pants, now she looks a lot like Mudrock. What about hands? Can I give her like gloves? No, 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 dang. See, this is what I mean by there being a very limited amount of stuff you actually get. This kind of works as a stand-in for like, look, there she is taking the helmet off of her suit. Like, it fits. It genuinely fits. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. The back looks alright. The hair does need better texturing. Really bad. Let's see if I could actually get a better hair texture. Let's open up back Photoshop again. Open. On my computer. Everything's running slow, and I think it's Vroid. Vroid's been running for so long. I think it's starting to act up. I'm gonna try and save it. Just to make sure I don't lose my progress. Alright, hair, layer 2. So, this is my hair texture. You can see the problem, it's got these big strands. What if I take a layer, fill it with this color, lower the opacity, switch sides, turn the opacity back up, and then lower this opacity down. So it still has like remnants of the strands, but it's barely noticeable. I think this will look better. Call it hair layer 3. We'll just do numerical values. You love to see it. Main window, back to Vroid. Hair editor. Texture. Import. It does look nicer. I wish I could give it an outline. The fact that it doesn't have an outline while the rest of her does is causing me conniptions, but I think it does look better this way. Can I make her do a pose? Pose and animation. No, I want her to idle. These are not idols. I don't think she has any just normal poses. There's the standby poses, which aren't all standing still. Some of them it's moving around, so I'm just gonna leave it. What does wind do? Is this going to make the hair blow? Can I change the elasticity of the hair? I don't know if I want the hair to blow, because then the horns are gonna wiggle. That might look weird. Darkness. Whew, that's intense. Do it just at 1. Leave that. No point messing with that. Background, expression. I think this looks a lot better. I will capture. I'm worried it's going to be super grainy though. Though. Let's see if it is. I'm going to open up the picture. Oh yeah, that's grainy as hell. I wonder if there's a better way to dedicate more to the picture. Let's do the capture. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. Let's give it one more save. Because I think that's about all the editing that we're going to be able to do on Vroid. Turned out pretty good. It all came together. Come on, please save. Oh, it even has a tab for 3D printing. I don't want to do that, though. Stop. Stop. Why is it processing? What is it processing? There we go. I need to export it now. Oh, capture size. Have her take up as much of it as possible. Can I go square? There we go. Now I have a much higher quality picture. Now that I have a much higher quality picture, let's drag it into Photoshop one more time. Save this. And let's put it side by side. Again, now that I've made the small edits and changes that I wanted to do. Vroid Studio isn't responding. Not like this. Don't crash. Just save. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now I can close out of this. Because, oh! You guys are seeing literally nothing. I am so glad that this is not my actual IP address. That it's just my program. That would have been a problem if I doxed myself like that. For those of you who don't know, in order to get face tracking like I do, there is a program called iFacial Mocap, and it will transfer your iPhone's facial recognition software into positions. And those positions can be sent over LAN, which is what you see the IPs are up there. That's my LAN IP. That's the IP you'll use anytime you do anything LAN. You have to be connected to the same router in order to use those. So, literally it doesn't affect me at all that it popped up. Alright. Back to Photoshop. Now, let's take the high quality picture, drag it. This is much higher quality. Actually, I want to make it bigger before I drag anything. What do you guys think? Putting them side by side. The eyebrows need to go higher and longer. I can just soft warp the eyes to be a little bit higher. But also, this is at a more lower angle, if I were to lower the angle of this view. Like I said, her boobs aren't quite as round on the top. But that's about it. Adjusting the ears, making the horns actually horns, and I think this will actually be finished once I have clothes on it. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. That's actually cool. Save that. And... oh, I'm way too big. I think that's actually pretty damn good. Bet you I could put the photo on screen right now. Probably gonna be huge. Oh yeah, that is massive. Transform, fit to screen. We did it! We actually got it finished. Well, we got this part finished. Ugh. Ugh. That's awesome. I'm glad we got that much finished, dude. Now I just need to do like some cleanup. The cleanup won't be as interesting. It's not going to be things coming through, so I'm probably going to do that off stream. But I had a goal, and I completed said goal. To celebrate MUDBONK's birthday. She's carried me through so many missions. I had to celebrate it. I couldn't not. The amount of difficult missions that she has like solo held everything for me. Even in guiding ahead, the boss fight at the end. I just put her in the middle and she held everything while all my other guys dealt with the bosses. And in like every IS2 run I've done, she's been a godsend as well. Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy with how it's turned out so far. I can actually... crop the photo. There we go. Cool. Yeah, I actually enjoyed that. I didn't really get into the Blender part because I spent pretty much the whole time messing around with Vroid, but I didn't know Vroid. And I feel like I did pretty damn alright considering I know god damn next to nothing about the program. It's a cool program. It definitely works a lot better than I thought it did. I didn't give it too much of a try. I could also show off if you guys want to see a couple of the other things that I've made as far as 3D models go. I made... where is it? A while ago, I made 02's mech, Shirlizia. I was super happy with this. I still have it. I actually lost this model for a while because my old computer crashed. And when my old computer crashed, the hard drive like got corrupted. And I lost pretty much everything on it. Which sucked because at the time I was actually making a video game. But I lost all the progress and gave up. And I thought I had lost this too. But I had rigged this and uploaded it to my VR chat account. So I was then able to load it up and then rip my own model from my own VR chat account and get it back. So I actually have it back. I'm really happy about that because I was so proud of that model. I was so proud of it. On top of that, this one's a little bit less finished, but I like called it good and ended it. I made Satan from Helltaker. It's a little bit more rough around the edges, but I was still happy with how it turned out. But thank you guys for hanging out. I had fun. I want to do stuff like this more often. Playing games with you guys is great, but I like making stuff too. That's why I can't wait to make Gundam on Saturday, dude. I got so many Gundam kits. I've gotten so backed up on actually completing and making them. I'm so excited to make another one. I don't know which one I want to do first. I have the Exia. I have a Zaku. I don't have a Zaku built. I have the Strike Freedom. I got a bunch of them. But... I think that's all. I'm tired. I've been streaming for just over 2.5 hours. This is about how long I streamed yesterday. I'm exhausted. I got no sleep last night. My pills did not kick in fast enough, and I had to work pretty early this morning, which sucked. But man, I really wanted to do this. I didn't care that I was tired. It's Mudrock's birthday, I gotta celebrate it now. I can't celebrate it tomorrow. But thanks for hanging out, you guys. You guys have a great rest of your night. Make sure you get some rest, eat, drink, everything that you need to do. I'll be back tomorrow. It says no stream, but I'm pretty sure I am going to stream. Maybe not. I'll post whether or not I'm going to stream before I go to bed tonight. I want to stream more Guiding Ahead because I want to finish the story. But also, the EX missions for Guiding Ahead come out on Friday. So I might finish the story after doing the EX missions. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Either way. Yep, thanks, Ren. Thank you for coming and watching the stream. Like, you guys coming and hanging out has been awesome. And I loved that fan art you posted on Twitter right before I went live. God, that is so cool. That is so cool. But you guys have a good rest of your night. Happy birthday, Mudbonk, again. I'm sure she's gonna carry me through 1,000,001 more missions before I'm finished. You guys have a good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.